Hey there, writing cadets. Welcome back to Moving Right Along, the podcast by young writers for young writers. We're your hosts, Kat,
Ruby,
and Ray. And over this past week, we hosts have swapped writing routines to force ourselves out of our comfort zones.
and of course, to give the people what they want, me and Kat swapped.
And I swapped with our producer, Simone.
And Beepo swapped with our recording bot, Craig.
Yeah, so everybody ended up swapping with their nemesis, which I think is just a really beautiful symbol of moving right along.
Or a worrying symbol that we have so many nemesis in the team.
Everyone has at least one!
Everyone needs one. It's good. It's good for building team morale. So yeah, so shall we talk about what routine we were given and how it went? Ray, do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. So, I swapped with Simone's writing routine, and this is what she gave me. It's very long, so buckle up. Step 1. Tea or drink of choice, usually 3 drinks, because we fulfill the multiple drink queer stereotype in this household. Step 2. You don't have to do this, but I write in dark mode and with screen shaders on because my eyes suck and I'm going blind. It sets the mood. Step 3, also setting the mood, low light. Usually at night, I want cozy, I want warm, I want soft light. Step 4, I write in at least 18-point font because, going blind. Step 5, animal in lap or at feet, always. Step 6, lo-fi music on in the background. Step 7, write whatever you want in your rip. Want to write chapter 13 instead of chapter 2? Go for it. No rules. Step 8, at least 500 words. I don't do word counts. Step 9, when you hit the arbitrary word count, stop, go back, and edit what you wrote. Edit as you go. Ha ha ha, chaos. That's what she wrote. I'm not making this up.
Edit as you go!
Yeah, it was really fun, but I'll get to that.
That is a spicy, that's a spicy thing.
But there's more.
I'll take a look.
Step 10, okay. Step 10, make new word count, start again. Step 11, write until 6 hours have elapsed or you run out of all drinks, or the animal of your choice needs to be fed/go outside. And that was the end of it.
Simone, are you okay? That is the only question I have. Is Simone okay?
She's going blind, don't you know?
That was so specific. Mine's like a mess.
It really was.
Yeah, that was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
I might
How did it
adore
go for you, Ray? How did it go?
It was interesting. I think it in general worked pretty well, actually. It was definitely a change because in general I kind of don't even have a writing routine. Like, it just, if it happens, great, but if not, it's not happening. So, it was nice to definitely have some sort, at least, like, a semblance of a routine. The one thing I did not appreciate, though, was the 18-point font. It was really bothering me by the end, because I need to be able to see everything at once. I don't know why. So I usually write in, like, 12, or maybe even 13 if I'm feeling chaotic. But, like, it was really bothering me, because I could only see, like, a few sentences back. And it was really bugging me. But, that was my overall census.
Yeah. As someone who writes in 11, I can't even imagine.
Writing 11?
Yeah. I'm an 11 kind of girl.
I
don't know.
Give us writing Comic Sans, because that'd be really funny if one of us did. That was someone's writing routine.
I actually got writing advice once to write in Comic Sans. They're like, it works so well, you'll write so much more. And I did, and I was like, it's so ugly. No.
Yeah. Times New Roman all the way. I'm just saying.
I know, it's just so aesthetically pleasing. But I'm glad that you felt like you had like a routine to use. I know like writing like out of routine and writing in routine, it's such like different vibes. And like there's good and bad parts about both sides, but yeah, so next up was me. I did Kat's insane routine. Well, at least to me, it's insane. It's not actually that's insane. That's a little dramatic. But
I even toned it down for you though. I was like, I can't make you do everything I do because that would be insane. You would cry if you had to do what I do. Because I was like, that's not nice.
Okay. Well, that's a little ominous. All right, well, the first part, okay, it says Bonjour Ruby, which foreshadowing to a certain type of music that I had to listen to. Wake up, sit at the bottom of the bed, and write for half an hour or until 250 words have been reached. I don't even understand why you do that. Okay, and then write.
It's probably 500 actually, but I was like, that's what I
Turn
need.
it down for me. Evil.
Yeah.
Okay. Write during the day if I have time, normally while listening to French music. I make very curated special playlists for my projects, and I had to listen to French music instead of those playlists. And honestly, French music kind of slaps, though, I will say.
Again, I'm just thinking of the song from Ratatouille. That is
That's all I
all
listen to
that's
on
going through
repeat.
my head.
Okay, really good. Okay, it keeps on going. Write for an hour in the evening on the laptop or until daily word count has been reached. If a chapter is too difficult to write, skip it. Then before going to sleep, use a notebook to write any scenes that I skipped or do some free writing. And this part's in capitals. No plotting, Ruby. No plotting at all. And it ends with, you shall have so much fun pantsing. Yeah, so, how was that experience for me? Let's do it part by part. Okay, firstly, the writing in the morning. Every single morning, I would the night before, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna wake up and write in the morning. And it never happened because I just would never remember. Something about my brain, like, never remembered, oh, you should be writing in the morning right now. So that was the one part that I didn't really do at all because I just could never remember to write in the morning. Because I just have like a morning routine. I know, I'm sorry.
I just, that's why I leave my laptop at like the bottom of the bed, not on my bed, so like right at the bottom. So like I literally wake up and that's the first thing I see.
Yeah, see, I would even do that and I would still forget. So yeah, but I kind of liked the French music vibe, I will say, because I think when there's words to a song, like it can get distracting, and the French music does still have the words, but like I don't speak French, so I didn't that was happening.
Fair.
And I mean, I already liked French music, like Amour Plastique. If anybody knows that song, that's a good song. But I enjoyed that. Writing in the evening, I naturally do that. So that wasn't like too difficult an adjustment. But oh my gosh, guys, not plotting. Okay, so probably my first mistake is that the project I chose to work on, because I wanted to start fresh, because I knew like if I started working on something I had already started, I would already have an outline. So I wanted to start completely fresh with something so that I could pants it. But the project that I chose was the third in a trilogy.
Oh no.
Which was a mistake on my part because there's so many things and so much planning that I think even pantsers might do for the ending of a trilogy, because there's things you want to remember and things you want to implement. So that was hard because I couldn't refer to my outline or my idea document, which I kind of live by my idea documents because I don't remember things. I don't remember plot points I need to have. I don't remember my ideas. I don't know how pantsers keep all that in their head and don't like forget amazing ideas that they have, because I would just forget everything. But honestly, so I've pantsed before, like I've maybe shared before. I pantsed my first ever book. I pantsed it. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I have to be quite honest here. I do think that plotting works better for me, just with like the type of books that I'm aspiring to write. But I can see the appeal of pantsing, and that it's very much like you don't really know what's gonna happen next. And I think also pantsing is almost more like, for me, it's more like freeing almost. And like, sure, in my mind, maybe it doesn't produce quite the quality that I want, because I feel like when I pants, I don't have as like, and I don't really enjoy revisions, so it's more preferable that I like get it right on the first try as much as possible instead of like pantsing my way through it and then having to go back and like fix everything. But I will say I kind of enjoyed it. I unexpectedly, I was sitting there and I was like, crap, I'm enjoying this pantsing the podcast. Yeah, but overall, I know. Overall, it was not a bad experience at all. I definitely should have tried and got that morning writing going, but I just could not. I could never. It just doesn't make sense in my mind to write like as soon as I wake up. So, yeah. But it was pretty good. It was a good experience.
Yes. I'm happy that I've lured you a little bit over to the dark side. Like, you've got a toe in the dark side, and then maybe like if you're not writing, because I can understand like the last book of the trilogy, maybe you do have to plot that a little bit because otherwise
Yeah.
you're gonna miss bits. But yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, and I wrote like 3,000 words using that routine, which is a good amount. It's like a solid chapter, which I was impressed. I was expecting to write way less than that. Because
Yeah.
usually when I think of pantsing, I'm like, I'm going to have no idea what to write. I'm just going to sit there staring at the screen. But I think also because it was the third in a trilogy, that kind of helped as well. Because it was like I already had scenes in mind, which helped me a lot. But yeah, not referring to my outline, oh my gosh, that was not easy for me, but it was good. I give it a 3.5 stars out of 5 stars.
Nice. I like that review. We should set up a website reviewing people's writing routines. That'd be amazing.
Oh no.
We judge our listeners' writing routines.
Oh my god, yeah, guys, send in your writing routines to the Instagram and we will judge it. We will give hot takes on your writing routines and see if anyone's got anything more insane than what we do, you know.
Yeah, we're all a little bit insane, is what I think I've realized from this. We all have a little bit of insanity in our routines.
Tiny bit. I even toned down some of the things I do, because some of the things I do, it's kind of nuts. I will like set like a timer and be like, write as many words in like 5 minutes as possible, just to like stress myself out. I was like, if I do that to Ruby, like that's gonna stress her out, because I just like set like 5-minute timer and be like just write for 5 minutes to see how much you can get done in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Kat's routine just sounds so stressful.
Kind of
Like,
intense.
wake up, right, set a timer, right, like,
Right, do the dates, right before you go to bed.
that would just make me so stressed, I could not.
It's like my form of like adrenaline high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm like a decently intense drafter, like already, so it wasn't so like threw me off, but it was a lot. You just write so continuously, which is just something I don't do. I like block out 2 hours in my night when I'm drafting, and that's when I write. But you like do it so much like throughout the day, and like it's more like all a part of your day. Meanwhile, I'm like very like compartmentalized when I write. Yeah, so that was interesting to try out. Yeah.
I just do little random 5-minute sprints. Anyways, talking about your routine, I did do Ruby's routine, and it was very interesting. So let me read out the message that I got sent by Ruby. Where is it? Okay. So first, I open up my 3 documents: my outline, ideas document, and draft. I don't really outline as I go. I make one big outline at the beginning, but wait, no, I should do it in Ruby's voice. But if you're in the middle, I'm not gonna do it. I'm dying to do it. If you're in the middle of a project, you can outline as you go. Lol. I usually write in the evening around 7 or 8 p.m. I tend to work for about an hour or until I write at least 1,000 words. I also start out by referring immediately to my outline. I get your gauge on what I'm reading out your words, Ruby. What I'm gonna be writing during that time. I also look at my ideas document if I get stuck, since it's full of random scenes and ideas I can add in. Oh, I also always listen to music, English, not French, sorry, since I make like, I like how you added that, since I make like mood playlists for all my books. Hope that makes sense. Enjoy. Sorry, face. Sorry, face. Yeah. That was... Yes, it was very interesting.
Oh no.
So
Simone's
for-
gonna have so much fun editing this.
the most space in her hands. So it was definitely really interesting, because I decided to start a new book for this that I knew was going to actually need a bit of plotting, because I normally pants everything, but I was like, this book was a lot more like plot focused than any of my other books had ever been. So I was like, maybe I should do some plotting. And yeah, so I did make an outline. I did plot. I did not make a 20-page outline like Ruby does, because I'm not that insane yet. And the writing in the evening wasn't too hard, because like I already do that anyways. So listening to English music was really weird for me after so many years of listening to like French music while I write. I was like getting so distracted. I'd be like humming along, singing along to like the songs, and being like, oh, I should be writing instead of getting distracted by it. So I think the English music, not French music. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stick with the French on this one because English music is just way too distracting when I'm trying to write. I can't focus on it. Yeah, so outlining, plotting, my thoughts. My thoughts. So I feel like it helped in that it was a bit more coherent than a lot of my books are, because I feel like a lot of my books end up being just like a series of events happening to my character instead of like an actual like plot with a theme or anything like that. And normally like later on in the draft, like when I'm revising it, that's when I add in like the theme and the plot and everything, and I fix all my plot holes and stuff. So it's really weird like writing something and actually like not having as many plot holes as normal. But the other thing was I didn't enjoy myself as much as I normally do, because I would find myself like procrastinating writing, because I I already knew what was gonna happen, so I was like, I don't want. I was like, because I feel like because I already knew, I would just be like, I can write the scene later. I just didn't do it because I was like, oh, it was like not a surprise. So it's interesting. Yeah, I think it's like pros and cons. Is that the pro was that like I didn't have as many like random plot threads that I would need to have to edit again later on. But the con was that like I was having to like tell myself to go right instead of like wanting to go right to find out what happens next, if that makes sense. So
Makes sense.
that is my thoughts. So I would rate it a 3.5 rubies out of 5.
I'm so honored. Wow.
It's the exact same score that you gave, because I was like, I didn't want to give it.
I was like, I'm going to lower my score if you make it lower.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we both were surprisingly positive about each other's routines, which is funny. Because I mean, I think like writing is kind of just writing, even if you do it like slightly. Because at the end of the day, like our differences, they may feel big, but they're not that big. It's just like whether or not I know they're not as different as you think they would be. But
Just
I'm
like
glad
you. Just like
yeah,
me.
just like me. Just like anyone can see.
This turns into the musical episode.
Barbie the musical. Yeah. But I'm glad you at least somewhat enjoyed it. I was expecting you to come back and be like, I hated every second of that. That was horrible. But I understand also what you meant about like the plot holes, because I think honestly it's interesting, because even like when I was pantsing, I was like, oh, this is quite enjoyable. But then I think I'm such a perfectionist with my writing that like if I know a plot hole is there, I have to fill it like immediately. So then like I think because of that, it makes it easier for me to outline, because then I don't have to worry about going back because I already know like that it's fixed. But
I'm such a procrastinator. That's the difference. Is that I'm like, I can do this, I can fix this in the next edit. So I'm just like, the draft is a bit where I just like zoom through it, because I'm like, I can just fix this later. So I think maybe that's like the main difference is, are you a procrastinator or are you a perfectionist?
Oh,
Wow.
I love that. Well, at least you. I can't believe that Simone edits as she goes. I still can't believe that. That's crazy.
It was so much fun for me.
Literally every writing advice giver out there says don't edit as you go, so I love that you do edit as you go, because everybody's always like, don't do that. Absolutely not. Over your dead body. So I kind of love that you do edit as you go. That's kind of cool.
But I would never. I'm sorry. I can't. The thought of editing as I go.
I just hate editing. So I enjoy editing as I go.
I like editing much more than I do actually, like, writing it. Like, I'd much rather just put it down and then edit it later, because editing for me is so much easier and more fun. So I really appreciate editing as I go, because it takes the pain out of actually just writing it.
That's so interesting.
Wow.
I mean, I'm kind of split. I like editing and first drafting, but I feel like when I tried to edit as I go, I just hated doing that, because it was like so much at once. It's like you're writing and editing. It's just too much for my brain to handle.
Yeah.
Couldn't take that.
Yeah, so now we're gonna just discuss some questions that we have about our experience. So we kind of already covered this a little bit. But what was our general experience? Whoa, I said that weird. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say that.
Was that our general experience?
I'm gonna cry. Ruby cries for the first time on the podcast. Okay.
That's a great clickbait title.
Yeah.
Cat makes Ruby cry
Yeah.
in all caps.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, but for our first question, what was our general experience?
Approved. I liked it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I approve. I approve of the methods. Even if I don't think they'll work for me in the future, I do.
Yeah. I found it interesting. I don't know if I necessarily enjoyed myself, but I found it interesting to see. This is like a passive aggressive way to put it, sorry. I don't know if I enjoyed myself, but it was interesting. It was interesting to see how the other half lives. No, I did find it like interesting to see someone else's process and like see how like different it was from mine, but at the same time it wasn't actually that different, but it was just kind of different. That makes sense. It doesn't really,
Sure.
but, you know.
Yeah. What are we going to actually use these routines in our daily writing process? Let me think about that. I mean, I think I kind of like the French music part, I will say. I think that that's a good way. I've somehow trained my brain that I can write with words flowing into my ears, and I can also read with music with words. Something about my brain, I've learned to multitask like that. But I do like the appeal of like you don't get distracted as easily, because I definitely do get distracted by music sometimes. Yeah. I mean, I do think I want to be more open-minded to pantsing in the future. If I just really feel like I want to, because I think it's more about it. I think I get so stuck in like being in a rigid routine and thinking this is the way to do it, which isn't true. There's so many different ways to go about writing. So I think I definitely in the future want to be more like open-minded to that. Yeah.
I feel like for me, I might change a few things about it, but overall, I feel like it's something I would definitely use. Like the 18-point font, I would definitely change. I'm sorry, my brain is annoyed by it. And I probably wouldn't write at night because I need sleep to function.
You
But
know,
also, like
growing up.
Ruby, I also, Simone just asked if I would keep the animals. I would definitely keep the animals. I love my animals. They're so cute. But something else I would change. I would probably change the lo-fi music part, surprisingly. Because I don't know why, but lo-fi just makes my brain really annoyed. I can't explain it. It's just something about it. Like, I need like words or something loud in my brain so everything else shuts off and I can focus on the writing part. I don't know if that makes sense. But
No, I get that.
yeah. Other than that, honestly, I would keep it. I really liked it. It was great.
Yeah. Would I use it? Sorry, I just choked. Let me say that again without me dying of tuberculosis. Did I use Ruby's routine? So, well, I mean, a bit about writing in the evening. I already do that anyways. I will not be listening to English music. I'm getting threatened. Am I getting threatened? I'm gonna get bashed in the head by something in a second. Okay, okay, what was I saying? Right, would I use Ruby's routine? Right, would I use Ruby's routine? Yeah, I don't think I will be listening to English music anytime soon, because that is just way too distracting for me. I'm sorry. I cannot be listening to those words while I'm trying to like write. Just like I felt like I think one of the biggest problems is that my playlist was not like curated to where I was like writing. So I was writing like really sad scenes and like in the background was just like Lizzo or something. I was like, this is like the vibe. Or like a really happy-go-lucky like thing, and it's like the Pretty Reckless in the background. I was like, this is like not really a good vibe. Just because my music playlist is pretty chaotic at the moment anyways. So no. And with the plotting, I feel like I will start using a bit of plotting, maybe, in some of my, like, more plot-heavy books, because I think I do need to. It was nice not having plot holes. That was nice. I think I'm gonna stick to, like very, like, maybe, like, a mix of plotting and pantsing, where, like, it's very vague outline, instead of, like, because I feel like my problem was when I had, like, that really, like, big outline, I was getting really bored, because I already knew what was gonna happen, so I feel like a vaguer outline. Yeah, for me. That's my thoughts.
Nice. Look at dipping your toe in the dark side. Look at
No.
that.
Yeah,
I hate
the
this.
character development from
I love
season
it.
1,
I know,
episode
I
1 to now.
Oh my gosh, did you guys? Whoa, that's actually so true. Like, think about our first episode when me and Kat literally just trashed each other for like 40
Yeah.
minutes.
Literally, it was literally, honestly, you know those people that come to your schools to talk about bullying? They could use that episode as an example of what not to do. Like, that's how far we've come.
And then in the end, wrapping up with like, but whatever you choose is valid. But like the whole episode, we're like, yeah, this other stuff sucks.
Like, it's literally evil for you to not plot, but like it's okay. But like do it once.
It was so weird. I loved it.
Basically, the vibe of the
Oh
episode.
my
Yeah.
gosh. That was such a weird episode. Yeah, but our next question is what was the worst part and what was the best part?
Who wants to go first? Shall I go first?
Yeah, I was just gonna see if you were gonna say something. Okay, I'll go first. Worst part, I'm still sticking with the 18-point font. No, I'm sorry. It was terrible. But best part? What was the best part? I don't know what the best part was.
Animals.
Yes, actually. Yeah, my dogs were very happy about it. They were like, "You want us to sit with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was adorable. Loved it.
Love that. I'll go walk because Kat's drinking her water. Honestly, okay, I don't know if this makes sense, but somehow like the worst and the best part were both pantsing. Because it was like the best in that like I think I enjoyed it, but it was the worst in that it was so like unfamiliar and felt like so like unnerving to me. Like, and it felt like I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna hate this book so much. It's like, that perfectionist side of my brain. It's like this is gonna be the worst thing I've ever written. But it was also kind of the best because I quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Which was cool. It felt like I was back like to being like 12 and pantsing my first book, which is kind of like a cool like kind of almost. I don't think lethargic is. For some reason my brain went lethargic, and that's not the right word.
No.
But
Nostalgic. Is that what you mean? Nostalgic? Is that the one you meant?
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Nostalgic. I was more nostalgic and lethargic. Yeah, but it's kind of nostalgic just to like go back to writing that way because I think I've been in the same kind of routine for a really long time now. Like basically like 4 years of my life I've been writing one way. So it was just cool to write a different way, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the worst part just English playlists. I can't be having it. I think that's maybe if I had like one of those actual like writing playlists that people have where it's like epic like proper like epic music and stuff. But like I just have like High School Musical on there. And like I have High School Musical next to like hard rock. So it's like a lot of whiplash. Like 90s hip hop and like death metal. So it's a bit like hard to concentrate when that's going on in the background. What did we learn? Sorry, that was a bug on my screen. What did? Yeah, well, no, sorry, what was the best part? The best part was, I think the best part was just trying something new. I sometimes you can get into like a kind of a rut with your writing. You're like so used to doing the same thing over and over again. So it was kind of that was nice, trying something new and seeing like a different way of doing it. Yeah. What did we learn, guys? We learned that maybe bullying is the right answer because we stop ourselves from learning and educating ourselves. So when you see someone on the other side, instead of punching them or pushing them off of the fence, you stretch out a hand and pull them.
Guys, we've come full circle. This is
I'm
so-
sorry, was that a 3-season long lesson that we're teaching our audience right now?
It's a full arc.
It took us 3 seasons to get here, guys. No one people off of fences and not throwing them into the other side. Wow, this is so beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I think I learned as well, like, yeah, it's good to try out different methods of writing because I think, like I said, I've been so stuck in the same routine for so long. And I think it's good when you like maybe feel like you want a change or you want to change up something in your routine, just to go for it, because I think it has a lot more value to it than you would think it would. So I definitely feel like I learned that.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but also for this in particular, I started writing my first ever novel, and that was yeah, I was waiting for it. That was originally a little scary because it's something I've never done before, and I don't know how to do it. But Ruby, you look like a proud mom right now.
I feel like a proud mom.
Oh gosh,
Ruby
but it
starts
was
tearing
something.
up.
But it was something I didn't know how to do, but with Simone's writing routine, I feel like having a routine and knowing I'm doing this right now and then tomorrow I'm going to do this really helped sort of take that nerve off of it, because it kind of forced me to just start. And then once I started, it was like from there, it was so much easier than the first part. So, yeah.
Oh, guys, this is so full circle.
It really is.
This isn't even our finale, and it feels like we're like
These are the life lessons that we've learned, grown over the
Yeah.
years.
Oh my god.
oh well, what? It's been almost a year on the
It's,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Our anniversary is coming up, guys.
Stop it.
Anniversary.
That's so cute. Okay, our final question is also kind of related to the question. Okay, I'm gonna start that sentence again. Our final question is, will you adapt your current writing routine? That's a tricky one. I can start us off. I honestly, I don't know. I feel like I need to think more on it about like. Hold on. I keep on like starting sentences and then not finishing them. That's what I've just been continuously doing. But I think what I want to adapt into my current writing routine is I want to adapt being like willing to change my methods project by project. Because I think in my mind I get so easily scared of like, oh, I'm gonna change up my routine and then I'm never gonna be able to write a book again. Just because I know the routine that I've stayed with for so long has helped me successfully write books. So I think I want to kind of let go of that and just be more willing to, in the future, adapt to my current routine. Like, I think for the project that I just started, I think I definitely still want to have an outline, but I'm definitely thinking of more like a loose kind of outline, as opposed to what I've done in the past. So I think I just mainly want to let it adapt naturally, project by project, because I think that that's a good way for me to go about changing it.
Cat.
Oh, am I next?
Yeah, you next, because
will
I'm still
I-
thinking of what I'm gonna say.
Will I adapt my current writing routine? I don't think right now I will, because I'm doing other things, but if I think maybe in the future I will adapt some aspects of it. I might nick a bit of Simone's writing routine and use animals, steal some animals to help, because I think that is a very good aspect. That's a good writing thing. Am I making sense? Maybe not. Yeah, but I think at the moment I like my writing routine, but I think maybe for some projects I think I might start plotting, because it is nice not having plot threads. It's nice knowing things. It's nice knowing that like there's a coherent structure. The short answer is no, not at the moment. Long answer is maybe in the future for other projects, because it's nice not having random plot threads. But I think at the moment I like my writing routine. I like waking up right in the beginning of the morning and just writing straight away. And I like doing my 5-minute sprints. I like it. I enjoy it. It's good adrenaline. I encourage everyone to try it. You'll see what it's like when the like little timer is going and you gotta write as many words as possible in 5 minutes.
That's just the description of stress. I don't.
You are crazy, honestly.
It's so much fun.
Wow.
So, Ray, would you change your writing routine?
I would say so. I mean, I don't really have a writing routine in general. So I think with what I'm trying to do now with my writing versus what I've tried to do in the past, I think having that kind of writing routine would definitely be helpful. just because it's sort of a sense of like, I don't know, grounding maybe is the right word, or like organized. And I am definitely not an organized person, so it might help to be a little organized in my writing. So I think I would.
We should have like a wildcard question. You know, would any of you ever try that thing about running a marathon at the beginning?
I wouldn't even think about running a marathon, period.
No.
It's that thing, isn't it? Like that guy who just runs like a half marathon right before he writes. I find that so funny.
Well, like, what do you win from a marathon? Like a medal, and maybe your life will be a few years longer. That's all you really win. It doesn't seem worth it to me.
But you're sweaty. I don't want to be sweaty.
Sweaty and writing.
And I have to shower. And I don't want to shower before I write. That's
crazy.
No.
Yeah. Well, guys, look at this. What a happy ending for this episode. I'm sure when you first saw this title, you expected it to be me and Kat yelling at each other for 20 minutes.
Bloodshed.
Look at
Blood in the
that.
streets.
The moral of the story is that try new things, guys, and we want to encourage you all to try out different routines and ideas in your writing and be open to changing your routine for the better, because you never know. Maybe you'll really like plotting, maybe you'll really like pantsing, even though you've been really firmly on one side. Yeah.
Maybe you'll like writing with animals. I don't know why that took me so long to say. Maybe you'll really like writing with animals. Who knows?
Okay.
Try something new today. Sing to a bird. Just try things.
Fiona style from Shrek, just in a high V and pop it.
We just let you keep on going.
Okay, yeah. This is a good episode, guys. You want to do the outro? Ray, do the outro?
Okay. Anyways, that's all the chaos from us today, Writing Cadets. And we will see you on our next adventure.
And that's the end.
That's the end. That's the end.
Really
great.
Thank you for listening to the Moving Right Along podcast, made possible by the Young Writers Initiative. Make sure to keep tuning in every Saturday this summer as we upload new content. Also, leave us a rating and review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts. You can follow us on Instagram at Moving Right Along Podcast or find us on tywi.org. And while you're there, why not join our Discord server, The Writers Town? Thank you to our team, without whom this wouldn't be possible, our producer Simone, co-producer Jasmine, and social media manager Cassette. All music is by Kevin MacLeod at filmmusic.io. Today you heard Island Street Party, and all sound effects are from the Free Sound Project.